Hi, I'm Denise Sterling. I'm Alex's mom. I want to tell a story today, two stories that kind of go together about Alex. We were living in South Minneapolis when Alex started kindergarten. The big kids always got to go to school the first day by themselves, and then the kindergartners joined them on the second day of school. Well, Alex was all upset. He didn't have a bus. They had left him off the schedule. So our last day together, when Jack had started school and it was just going to be me and him, I wanted to try to make him feel better about not having a bus. So I said, what do you want to do? It's just me and you. Let's go do something. So he chose to go to the zoo. We had gone to the zoo the first day of summer vacation, so he thought we should go the last day. And he wanted to see the baby dolphin again, how big she had gotten, because that's why we had gone the first time. Alex liked things orderly, even at 5. So we went to the zoo. We had a great time. We saw the dolphin. She had gotten quite a bit bigger, the baby dolphin. And we did a lot of other things. I bought him a nice lunch. And then we went to the bird show. They have an outdoor auditorium at the zoo, and they had a bird show, which he really liked. There was a gray parrot named Alex who talked, and there were these hawks that they would send over the audience, and the hawks would like swoop really low over people's heads. So when we were leaving to go to the parking lot after the show, Alex was running along this old wooden fence, and he was doing the hawk thing with his hand like this. And he bumped the fence, and he got this huge splinter in his finger, and I couldn't get it out. So I had to take him to the doctor. They had to numb his finger. They had to dig out the splinter. It was this old crumbly wood. It really hurt, poor kid. And he ended up with a Band-Aid like this big on the end of his finger. So not only now was he going to his first day of kindergarten in a taxi because Dad had to have the car, not on a bus, not Mom driving, but in a cab, but he was going to have this giant Band-Aid. And here's a picture of him holding up his poor finger. So I kept telling him it would be okay. All the kids would notice him, and they'd want to know him and talk to him, and all he had to do was be cool about it. It would be fine. Well, you know, nobody pays much attention to Mom. Well, we get in the cab, first day of school, and he tells the cab driver the whole story, and the cab driver basically said, he was a real nice young black guy, and he basically said the same thing that I had said. Hey man, you're going to be cool. Everybody's going to notice you. That somehow Alex believed him, so when we got to school he was perfectly happy. He had a great first day of school, even though he had to take a cab. And he finally did get a bus the next week. Well, about 7 or 8 months after Alex had died, I was in the shower one night and I was thinking about this story. And I came down and I was sitting right in this chair drying my hair, which is what I always do late at night. And the phone rang. Well, it was very odd to have anybody call us that late because the only person who ever called us that late was Alex. In fact, when he was a teenager, we used to almost always get a call about 11:15, which is what time it was, saying, I need a ride, or, oh, can I stay at so-and-so's house, or, oh, can so-and-so come and stay at our house? It's almost curfew. We got to get home. So the phone rings, and I thought, well, it can't be anybody because nobody we know would call that late. So I let the answering machine pick it up.
I seen that I missed a call from you, and I'm just returning the call. If you need a cab, please give me a call back. I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you.
Okay, so that was the message. It was from a cab driver. Someone from this number had called a cab. Well, it wasn't me and it wasn't Steve. And I think it was Alex. I think he was playing a joke. I think he knew that I was thinking about him and remembering his first cab ride. And I think he called this cab driver. I told this story a couple weeks later, reluctantly, to a couple of Alex's friends. And they reminded me that when they were teenagers, around 14 or 15, before they could drive, that they would sneak out at night and go to each other's houses, and one of the ways they did that was they would call a cab. So that just substantiates my theory, I think, that that was Alex calling to let us know that he knew we were thinking of him and he was thinking of us too. Thanks for listening.